No, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, 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 wait.
Another VTuber agency gone, with CEOs doing weird stuff, kind of like wactor, but kind of not like wactor. Once again, this is the Mad Salvi coming to you with more drama, more stuff, more interesting VTuber news in this situation. According to this post here on the virtual YouTuber subreddit, there's been a humongous scandal when it comes to Usabit, which was a small VTuber agency in Japan. It has disbanded, and there are financial issues, financial situations with, really, the people who suffer the most in these situations are always going to be VTubers. Now, I appreciate that someone has been going through and, getting all the information out there. I'm going to actually show a lot of the information that was put in here by this person, Sad Blue Jay 6758, which is the source of this whole thing. And of course, they put their sources down below, which is good because we all want to know what's going on. So here we go. Today, about a few hours ago, Japanese agency Usabit ceased operations and disbanded. Later, the CEO was reported as disappeared January 21st, 2024. His last publishing, formerly on Twitter, was a repost from Deco27's Vampire Utamita by Mizuto Yoru on 2004 JST. Of course, a lot of these things were done through DeepL. I'm going to show you the original one, and I'm going to show you what Google Translate says and what DeepL says and all that kind of stuff. So according to what's happening, one of the staff members named Hiro posted a few hours ago a notice about what happened. The message says the following. This is what Hiro has. This is his the Twitter handle. And he says, due to the notice of disappearance of the representative director of Usabit, to which I belong, the company effectively went bankrupt. Hiro will be a freelance producer and will continue to produce various things in the future for the VTuber industry. So please support us. And this is what DeepL says, basically the same thing. Unfortunately for him, he's freelance. Fortunately for him, I think from what it shows here, supposedly there's positivity around Hiro. He's not one of the bad guys. He's not like the CEO that left and just poofed out of nowhere. I really hate when people do that. It's better than what wactor did. If anyone knows or remembers about what wactor did, wactor was really scummy in the way that they did things. And they actually tried to sue, and then they actually had like weird VCs where the owner would be asleep while the other girls were doing stuff, and it was really strange. At least this one, it doesn't seem to have any kind of accusations of anything like this going on, but it is really bad for the talents. Now, Tsukimiya Quu, one of the members, pronounced about that shocking event, saying, "Heads up. At this time, we are pleased to announce that Tsukimiya Quu." Pleased to announce, I think, is a bad one. We are just announcing that Tsukimiya Quu has decided to leave Usabit. The CEO had known me for about a year and a half before the office's establishment, and I had been told, "I'll call you when I can feed you, when I can give you more information, I guess." In December 2023, I contacted him and said, "I have created an office that increases monthly registration by over 50,000. In December 2023, I was contacted by a friend who said, "I'll call you when I can feed you." That seems like a bad translation. We'll just go with it. When I can give you more information, I guess? Or when I can pay you. It's probably "I call you when I can pay you." That's probably what it is. I is scheduled to receive my starting salary. Yeah, it's pay. It's pay. Feed you means pay. Starting salary on January 25th, 2024 as a regular employee with a fixed salary, and I worked without a day off until that day. That's one of the bad things about Japanese work ethic. A lot of them have like 9 hours a day, 7 days a week type of thing going on. However, on January 23rd, the CEO stopped communicating with him, and one of the employers went to his home to talk about him. The employees went to the home to talk to them. Police had already been consulted. When we checked on January 26th, we found Representative Seal. When we checked on him on January 26th, we found that his representative seal and bank seal had been taken away. His company account bank had no entries from October 26th to December 10th, to December 12th. So there was no money going in. And we found a history of unspecified deposits and withdrawals of several million yen, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, processed in one lump sum, only 170,000 Japanese balance. And the sales scale reported the shareholders was false. So this guy was stealing money, pretty much. As a result, there was no payment of unpaid salaries, outsourcing fees, expenses, and it was impossible for the agency to thrive. I have been in contact with the company CEO since the beginning when I first started streaming, and he taught me how to of streaming, the know-how of streaming. However, More than a year ago, he told me that he had a romantic interest in me, and since I don't want to betray those who support me and I'm serious about my VTuber activities, I didn't have a relationship with him or have romantic feelings for him. I was happy and had a certain level of trust in VTubing. That's why I didn't take time off and increased to before I joined the agency, and I worked hard to increase the number of registered members by more than 5,000 since I joined the company. Basically, you know, she had 45,000 subscribers and things like that. When some of the employees and presidents were at odds, I was concerned about CEO's mental state, and when I lost contact with them, I believe that everyone has times when things don't go well and they want to run away, but they always come back. That was the mistake, unfortunately. So I'm very sad that this happened. I'm very sad because I believe that everyone has times when things don't go well and they want to run away, but they always come back. And I lost communication with the CEO. I'm sure that many new VTubers will be making their debut in the spring, but I hope they will be careful about their affiliations with the office and that no one will feel sad like this again in the future. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude for the many listeners I have met in my activities, had expanded since joining Usabit, for the senpais who have collaborated with and supported me, for my favorite classmates, and for the agency's founders, basically people who are part of the same gen, and for the agency's founders who have done wonderful work. I'll continue to do my best in my activities and ask for continued support. Basically, they're all becoming indies now again. So they're all doing their indie stuff again. Now, that was this one right here. That was Tsukimiya Quu right here, as you're seeing on the screen. The next one's going to be Amai Apuru, which is right here on the screen. Now, alert notice. First of all, this notice is a reminder that it's not intended to slander any specific individual. I am sending this notice to hope that it may be of use to someone who reads it and encounters a case similar to mine. As it turns out, the head of Usabit, to which I belonged, has disappeared. If you're reading this, we strongly recommend that you do not negotiate with the company for non-payment of salary, but rather immediate consult with appropriate authorities. Basically, you're not going to get your money unless you do a lawyer. Here's the background of the situation. First of all, the story was supposed to be paid around the end of November, was not paid, so he started negotiating the present day salary, the salary that they had was not paid in October. At the same time, we also discovered that the remuneration to the illustrator, which was due at the end of October, has not been paid. Bills are not being paid. Holy crap, this is really bad. While negotiating for payment, the president yelled at us and made traumatizing comments and denied our efforts. As a result, we were able to pay the salary and the illustrator who was supposed to be paid in November. But now we also discovered that other creators who were supposed to be paid at the end of November had not been paid. I could not take the president's attitude of not making various payments, both internally and externally, and not respecting the creators, so I proposed my resignation around the end of December, which was approved by the president, and I was scheduled to resign at the end of January. After that, December salary was not paid, and despite repeated efforts by various people of the company to negotiate with the president to pay the salary, etc., from the end of the year to recently, I lost contact with the president January 23rd. Since then, January's salary had not been paid, and the president's whereabouts are unknown. The president's seal and bank are missing, and there's almost no money in the company account for what he owes. If you're reading this alert and experiencing the same situation as I am, or if it happens to you in the future, strongly recommend that you do not negotiate within the company, but go immediately to proper authorities for advice. So basically, the seal, a bank seal, as a business, as a person in Japan, you usually have a personal seal, which has your name, etc., and you use that for documents. Instead of signatures, you use your personal seal, which usually is intricate enough that it can't be copied. That's just a little bit of background on the whole thing. Now, Apuru also made an announcement as well. Like, this is made her own words first, and then she made a statement. A big announcement. As previously announced, the membership-only newsletter, we plan to resign from Usabit as of January 31st and return to individual membership. However, due to the difficulty of normal resignation, we are terminating all individual contracts with Usabit based on terms of the contract, and will return to individual status from this point forward. She's becoming an indie. As I explained in the background of the notice, the fact that I have not been paid for 2 months means that all support I received in November and December from super chats, donations, fan box, etc., has disappeared with my receiving it. Every single donation has disappeared. That is some strong stuff. That is straight up fraud right there. Holy crap, that's really horrible for everybody involved. The people giving money and the people who are trying to receive it, which is her. She did the work, you know? I will continue my activities as before, but since I have not been able to buy 2 months worth of salary, I will need to make a living for now, and I will probably take a break from my work regularly. Yeah, she's going to need a job. I will be doing a presentation on the issue, and they will answer any questions that I can on the spot, but I would appreciate if you refrain from discussing the issue in presentations or on social media networking sites. Please refrain from discussing the issue or any other distribution on social networking sites, please. Lastly, to my listeners, I am very sorry I've sent out such a dark message and caused you such worry. I hope to be able to deliver an explanation in a more enjoyable way as well. Amai Apuru, January 28th, which was today. Well, today in Japan. It's 27th over here in the West, but in Japan it's the 28th. So it was early in the morning that she sent this. Now, the reason why they always say apologize, they always say sorry, all the type of things, that's a very Japanese thing to do. You take ownership of everything. You apologize for the trouble you've caused the larger community. It's less individualistic and more community-based, from my understanding. So that's why they do these things. Other members like Nekuro Konami, who is her, Shikimi Hiiragi, which is her right there, and the crew were concerned about it and left short messages on their accounts. Shikimi Hiiragi was about to retire on January 31st, but due to CEO's disappearance, she confirmed restarting as indie. About a few minutes and hours ago, Mikana Leste, which was her, was the first, now former member who held a stream about her future activities. Meanwhile, Lunatear Avinstar, which is this person right here, who recently reached 35,000 subscribers on YouTube, confirmed possible morning stream will be a plain stream on the Sunday about our future by now made by following message. It's tough, but the Saints is alive. Let's talk to everyone. Okay, this was the message here that I'm showing. In a nutshell, avoid any comments, avoid speculation, please. This is a big developing story. Another small VTuber agency is gone, and people are left holding the bag. People are left in dire straits because some people didn't receive any money at all. They didn't receive any of their payments. And in some cases, they didn't receive super chats, donations, fan box, which is all done through the company. It's gone. He seems to have basically smuggled the payments off. He basically stole them. He stole that money because the account is pretty much gone except for maybe $1,000, which is shown there. The 170,000 yen is about $1,000. He just skedaddled away with the money, which is BS. Now, like I said, this is a developing story. This is all horrible, horrible, horrible. As an indie myself, this is what I look out for when it comes to other agencies. I look out for things like this. There's always some tea to be spilt. There's always some skeletons in the closet. And if I can do what I can in my power to prevent it from hitting me, that's what I do my best for. That's why I go for the large corpos, but none of them want me. So that's another thing. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, my socials are down below in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to have a conversation about this. Are you as shocked as I am? Is this craziness going on kind of pushing you away as a VTuber fan from small agencies? Please support small VTubers like myself and everyone else. I do appreciate that. Of course, on your screen is going to be a video that I think you might like. So please let me know if you like that one as well. This is the Mad Salvi. I will be seeing you all next time. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye!